من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم من همزه ونفخه ونفثه. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهديه الله فلا مضل له. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم من همزه ونفخه ونفثه. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهديه الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ولي الصالحين وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه وعلى أهله البر الميامين وعلى صحابته المدلسين بالدستور وعلى من استنى سنتهم وانتهج بمنهجهم ولف بلفهم إلى يرث الله الأرض ومن عليها وإلى الله عاقبة الأمور. All praise is indeed reserved for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. He is the maker, the cherisher, the provider of our sustenance. Unto him shall be our return at the appointed time. We ask him to continue to shower his blessings upon the noble soul of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, members of his household, companions, and the generality of Muslims till the day of recompense. Ameen. Respected elders, brothers and sisters alike, today inshallah Kareem, the topic of our sermon is Mawju al-Jahiliyyati al-Mutajaddida. Mawjatul Jahiliyyati al-Mutajaddida. Allahu Akbar Kabira. The waves of renewed Jahiliyyah. The waves of renewed Jahiliyyah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ever make every single one of us from among the correct Muslims, those who be with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, entering al-Jannah to Firdaus. Respected us and brothers in Islam. Al-Jahilliyya is a concept that is referring to pre-Islamic era, before the coming of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. During that period, people were living a life of no sense, a life of no any direction, with recklessness, rascality, cruelty, Allahu Akbar Kabira, against themselves, even to animals. This is a period when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala referred to that people were living a life of no direction. Whatsoever people thought it was best for them, they would do it. No any law. Nobody would bring anybody to any justice. Allahu Akbar Kabira. In terms of rascality, in terms of immorality, in terms of indecency, whatsoever they abrogated the remaining, Allahu Akbar Kabira, people were living. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because of the love for his ummah, the ummah you and I belong to, Allah sent down Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to come and clear these ways of ignorance, of atrocity, of all the anomalies mentioned. Prophet sallallahu came and he gave liberty to women, having been subjected to nothing. In fact, they were treated below the value of animals. Allah sent the Prophet ﷺ to come and give them what we call Allahu Akbar Kabira, liberation, freedom, and then authentication and acceptance in the community, in the society. Likewise, other things. But all these things, as Prophet ﷺ left, then we started having the reverse. We started having anomaly. Allahu Akbar Kabira, day in, day out, years in, year out, up to this moment. But unfortunately, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, the winds of this Jahilliyya is now blowing even more than those who had come before the coming of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah has given us Quran, He has given us Sunnah Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to be our guide, how we live, how we transact business, how we do muamala, how we do everything about our life. Ma farratna fil kitabi min shay. But people go beyond that, and then with these wings being carried out by shaitan,
People are trapped. May Allah never make you and I from among the trapped Muslims. But if you're embarrassed in Islam, we need to look inward. We need to look inward and try to make corrections before it is too late. There are more than 19. We can even juxtapose, highlight now because of time. We take little, inshallah kareem. Number one, the people are now immersed in something that was prevailing before the coming of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Shurbul khamr wal mukhaddarat. Consumption of alcohol, indiscriminating consumption of alcohol and other mukhaddarat. Allahu Akbar kabira. Intoxicants. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Before Allah sent the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this was what was prevailing. Sigaran, kibaran, young ones, elderly. Allahu Akbar kabira. But with the advent of Islam, with the coming of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah wiped everything away. He says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu innamal khamr wal maisir wal ansab wal azlam rijsun min amali shaytan fajtanibuhu. Allahu Akbar. Consumption of alcohol and other things, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made mention. This consumption of alcohol, rijsun, it's dirty. Min amali shaytan, part of the handiwork of shaytan. It is shaitan that makes people to go and drink alcohol. Now this alcohol, it has now come in many faces. Allahu Akbar kabira. Different types. And also al-mukhaddarat, drug abuse and other substances. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. If you should go by that a statistic coming from NDLUA, Toku anfusakum wa ahlikum naro. People will not like to hear the truth until it rubs itself on our faces. We remember just 2, 3, 4 years ago, one man, a police officer, either CP of Kano State, people thought he doesn't know what he was saying. Manta choir, because that was his own office. He could see. And when we saw that more than 1.3 million bottles of codeine has been consumed in between Jigawa and Kano State. Now go to Lagos, how many? Go to Port Harcourt, even among Muslims. We made mention last week, because of this Eidul Rasul Asana, that even to celebrate January 1st, some Muslims, they were immersed in this handiwork of shaitan, to drink alcohol, to serve alcohol, to give out alcohol as a gift. All this combined together, rijsun min amali shaitan. They are part of the handiwork of shaitan. When you look at the environment today, this issue of intoxicants, other substances, kullu muskirin haram, from the hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. People go elsewhere, every nooks and cranny. Allahu Akbar kabira. In fact, you'll be amazed looking at somebody who can read Quran. He had the opportunity, but today he has abandoned Quran. Allahu Akbar kabira. Go to Jabi, even garage here, you'll be shocked. Because of this wave of Jahilliyya, renewed wave of Jahilliyya. Now, people go as far as going elsewhere, and then women also participate. Women participate. Drinking of alcohol, taking substances, drug abuse. Who do we do? Allahu Akbar kabira. It is so escalating as we speak. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive all our shortcomings. May Allah make us better Muslims. Better Muslim, your salat is not salat until you go away from all these ways of Jahilliyya. People think once you pray, give to Allah what is due to Allah, then you are free. This is a free world. It's not a free world. It is not a free world. That's why Allah sent down Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to tell us do's and don'ts. And if you go by do's and don'ts of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you have a peaceful life. And you have a peaceful exit from this dunya. Then on the day of Qiyamah, you have peace. May Allah grant all of us peace. Under this, we have al-maisir. Another way of this Jahilliyya, maisir, gambling of different categories and different types. Alhamdulillah, we had little succor at some point. In fact, people who gave their shops for those who are doing gambling, they retook. We saw some. At some point, Bet Niger, Naira Regis, Naira Bet, Kings, this and that. People have gone beyond that advancement. Still doing this gambling. And the worst part of all this, what was prevailing before Allah sent the Prophet sallam, we are now seeing it. Al-majalisi, al-mu'anasa, where people will see that as majlisi. All these things, wallahi al-azim, not from newspaper. You take people to where people say, see this, see that, up to the extent that adhan was made. The call to adhan, and you see people 50 above, 60 above, they are playing ludo, cards, and other ones, and nobody will get up because of what shaitan had already zayyana lahum shaitanu amalahum. Shaitan had beautified that for them. If somebody had reached the age of 60, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, what's left? Going by hadith of Prophet sallam, amaru ummati bayna sittin wa sab'in. Like the age bracket of my ummah. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is kind to you, you live age up to 60, up to 70. But Prophet sallam put at that clause. Only very few will go beyond that. Now, at the age of 60, somebody is in the majlisi. At the age of 50, in the majlisi, they call it to adhan, but yet they will not leave what they are doing. This is another way of Jahilliyya, a renewed Jahilliyya. It doesn't stop there. Allahu Akbar Kabira. Azul wal jubr. Azul wal jubr. Oppression. This was prevailing before Allah sent the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Today, it has come with different colors. Min al-ru'asa ila al-marusin. From the leaders to the led. Wa min al-adniya ila al-fuqara. From the rich to the poor. Then from among the poor themselves. From among the rich themselves. From among the leaders themselves. Hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah said in Hadith al-Qudusi, Ya ibadi, oh my servants, inni haramtu zulma ala nafsi. I made oppression a forbidden act upon myself, Allah. Allahu Akbar. Jalla Jalaluka ya Allah. Cheating. I make oppression an act of forbidding against myself, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَجَعَلْتُهُ بَيْنَكُمْ مُحَرَّمًا. I also made it a forbidden act among yourselves. فَلَا تَظَلَمُوا. Nobody should oppress another. No one should cheat another. Today, different colors. The same way, if not more, the way people were living before the coming of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Adam al-Rahma wa Ra'afa. This oppression today, somebody, Allah has been kind to you, and you are so privileged by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you are a CEO, you are this, you are that, but the only thing people will know when you are in the community is that so number of entourage, so number of cars, so number of people, but they are still in the same abject poverty you left them. Only those who say dam say carry, and then small change. You are not empowering people. You don't pay zakat. The way people were oppressing one another before Allah sent the Prophet sallam, we are seeing it in different forms. Only few, Allahu Akbar Kabiru. Only few, ثُلَّةٌ مِنَ الْأَوَّلِينَ وَقَلِيلٌ مِنَ الْآخِرِينَ. Only few from among the population of Muslims pay zakat today. For those who pay, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replenish their pockets in manifolds and make it direct way to Al-Jannah. For those who are not doing, talk to yourself before it is late. Talk to yourself before it is late. Especially as we make mention, when you are in a position of authority to empower youth, to help people. A lot of things during Jahilliyya is what we are hearing today. And the most disturbing part of this is that it is we, those who declare La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Part of oppression is job racketeering. Because as at the time you were there, as at the time Allah gave you the opportunity, nobody collected a dime from you. When you have an opportunity that a Muslim today, it doesn't even relate again with his community. It doesn't go back to where it belongs until death. Until when there is chaos in the same position. Allahu Akbar Kabir. Whereas you have some few months away, the shocking revelations from Federal Character Commission, from this and that, if the matter is being swept under carpet, Allah will bring it forth on the day of Qiyamah. And all the names mentioned, our brothers, somebody from a village, and people went to the university, they have graduates, jobless, they are not doing anything. You have the opportunity, but you sell out the appointment to those who did not declare La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When it comes to their own, not only that, even those who did not even apply at all, those who did not know what is being done in that place, they will give them orientation, they will give them the opportunity. But in our own case, we don't. That's another wave of oppression. Jahilliyya al-ula. Jahilliyya al-ula. Another one beneath this is what we call this Allahu Akbar Kabiro. Al-malabis al-mutakhabbita shaytaniyya. Indecent dresses. This was prevailing, that nobody cared. Now we see it in different forms. And under this concept, we have what Prophet had warned you and I from. That is at the youth. At the youth is a man who doesn't care. He is not jealous of anybody seeing his wife or seeing the nakedness of the wife. And people think only nakedness is that private part. No. From head to toe. But today, we don't give a damn. Instead of that Jahilliyya to declare war against Jahilliyya, that concept of ignorant period before the coming of Prophet ﷺ, we now gave it another coronation, another culmination, another concept, that is civilization. Any civilization that will land someone into Jahannam, we should eschew that civilization. The brother was saying this, that among his friends, they used to pray, everybody did everything together. Suddenly, as they got promotion, then they started deserting masjid. They got promotion. Who gave you promotion? Kulillahumma malikal mulk. Allah gave that promotion. They started deserting masjid. And he said, does it stand again? Or start from? These are people, they started together, they did things together. But now they are tagged him as SCU. Bakawi. That only him, they will go, he will not drink alcohol. Let them call you Bakawi. It's far better, as I told the brother. For anybody who is experiencing such, it's a calamity waiting to happen. Wallahi al-azim. If Allah gives you opportunity, when you are nobody, you are in the masjid. When you are nobody, Thursday and Mondays, when you are nobody, you are calling on Allah, Qiyamul Layl, Tahajjud. Some will do a lot of itikaf. A lot of itikaf during Ramadan. After Ramadan, let them get that position. They run away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna al-insana la yatgha arraha ustadna. They run away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some will stand before you shedding tears. I have been trapped here. I've done this. No way. I've done that. No way. This not from newspaper. Ku anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. To even be ungrateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is another concept of Jahilliyya. One word, that's nothing. It's as if dunya is coming to an end. No. Sabran fa inna ma'al usri yusra. Fa inna ma'al usri yusra. After every difficulty comes ease. And he will follow that. Eventually, he gets even beyond what he had thought he will get. Now, no masjid again. That is Khusranul Mubin. Khusranul Mubin, because either 4 years, get another tenure of another 4 years. And how many 4 plus 4? They are now at home. They are now at home. 4 plus 4, they are at home. If you do 4 plus 4, and even if you want to do 4 plus 4 plus 4, if Allah gives to you, you still revert at home, and one day, Al-Qabr. But if you now take the position and see yourself on top of everybody, now going to the way of even not praying, or not praying the way you are praying before you became what you have become, there's problem. Respected elders, brothers and sisters alike, this issue of Al-Anuj, the one we made mention of at the youth, is most disturbing today from many parts, in many ramifications. You see sisters that even semi-habit of the Quran, somebody who memorized the Quran, you expect some certain characters, some certain mannerism, decency from such a woman. But today, kalla wallah, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun, because of civilization. Likewise, brothers, somebody will tell you, wallah, inna the hizbu khamsin, in fact, 40, 30, yet it doesn't try to understand one verse. And if it does, is an associate of shaitan because of gambling, because of this alcohol, because of these substances, because of mingling culture with the religion. And when it comes to women, we say this, أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا. Allah commanded the wives of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنْ وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَ تَبَرُّجَ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ الْأُولَى وَأَقِمْنَ الصَّلَاةَ. Stay where Prophet sallallahu had put you to stay. Remain indoor. If anything will take you out, let that thing has a connection with thee. Let that thing have connection with haya, shyness, not to dispose or expose or showcase your body anyhow. Tabarruj al-Jahilliyya. That means people were doing it before Prophet came. Hence, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned the wives of Prophet. Then the same warning had come to me, the same warning had come to you. Ya Nabi, Ya ayyuhan Nabi, kull azwajik wa banatik wa nisa'il mu'minin yudnina alayhinna min jalabibihin. Every single woman, a Muslim woman, is expected to appear in hijab. But because of these waves, amwaj al-jahiliyyah al-mutajaddida, some they have the hijab only inside the bag. Some people come to Salatul Jummah, they believe there are hijabs hung around. Some will come with it in their car. When they want to enter the masjid, they wear. When they finish Salat, going back, they remove. Are you wearing for human being or for Allah? Or is the shaitan that dictates when to wear and when not to wear? And some men, few ones, wallahu ta'ala alam, are also to blame. We encountered some sisters that want hijab, but they said their husband said they should never wear hijab. Allah says, tell your wife to wear hijab. Your wife listens to the preaching of Allah and she wants to wear hijab, but you, shaitan, told you, tell your wife not to wear hijab. Allahu Akbar Kabir. Allahu Akbar Kabir. In fact, a man with two wives, because one refused to be going out the way the man wanted her to be going out, he doesn't go out with her again. He will now go out with the second one. And the second one, everything, astaghfirullah al-azim. Why astaghfirullah? She remains our sister. Why astaghfirullah? That man remains our brother. Anytime you go out, somebody, you make your wife, or your wife made herself in such a way and manner that another man will have to look back again. Another one will have to look back again. The youth comes in, you see some men, they cry. That man, he was still looking at you, gazing at you, and he's laughing. He's laughing is one of the acts of shaitan. In fact, Jahannam, wallahi. Because Prophet says, at the youth, la yadkhulul jannah. At the youth will not enter paradise. And which the youth, you allow your wife, and then going to social media today, that is another thing. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. People put the pictures of their wives. Some they are not the ones putting, but the wives put them, they give the wife the permission, do anything, do as you wish, like tabarruj al-jahiliyyah al-ula. And the wife will put so many things. He will be the first to comment. Or some of his friends, like, had there somebody, let's care, a market still in the market. In the shop, astaghfirullah al-azim. Astaghfirullah al-azim. And so for some, even if people are not even commenting, like now, duk masa yi manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam imen liking, you are doing hajj of shaitan, and you are asking masa yi manzo Allah to like you on social media, TikTok. This is what some of our wives do. And some men, they are the architects. Say, no, hi, my babe. Which babe? When the first child is or even in the university 100 level. Babes, astaghfirullah. And you, Alaji, you come to the masjid, everybody with imam say, Alaji, you are welcome, honorable sir. But they are calling you babe. And say, yes. You are not babe. There's something wrong with you. Wallahi na'udhu. There's something wrong with you. Your wife calls you babe inally in the other room. Yes, you are babe. But outside, gaskiya. The Zaura, that one is Zaura. If you have hit 60, go back to Allah, tubu ila Allahi, tawbatan nasuha. Somebody will be bragging to say, when I was in the street of Jos, early 70, they knew Baba somebody. Something is wrong with you. Yes. Some will say, Kai, in Kano, they cannot forget me. Early 80s to late, or be early 90s, Kai. Tarauni Otoro, we are the ones. Give thanks to Allah because many people have died on that struggle. They don't know what to tell Allah today. Allah has spared your own life for you to tell a good story. Don't brag of that yes and yes. It's so calamitous. Allahu Akbar Kabir. Still, we repeat this thing under the Dayuth. See what happened. Madam just mentioned it. in Kano. A lady, a married woman, still having somebody inside her matrimonial room or home in the name of either business partner. Wallahi al-Azim, that kind of business is tijara shaitaniyya. And we make this mistake today. For my brothers and sisters, if you keep your wife somewhere and you have the children, those guys that work for you, there should be a limit to those rooms they will enter. Even when you are around, we are not around. This is where shaitan comes in. Prophet Sallallahu says, Iyyakum wad-dukhul ala nisa. My ummah, be careful in the way and manner you just bang into women's rooms. And the Sahaba, Afara'ayta al-hamu? Okay, Ya Rasulullah, we understand the strangers. What of our younger brothers or our elder brothers? Prophet Sallallahu says, Alhamu al-maut. Your younger brother is dead. Your elder brother is dead. You know why? You don't need to knock the door to see however your wife is seated, but only you and her children. Aw ma malakat aymanukum. Her mother, your own grandfather, can enter. It's out of sunnah, no problem, because by even Sohom, when they say when we were in the 80s in Jos, if that Sohom is 80 but still talking like that, don't even allow him to touch your gate until you are around. Say Ibarna. And you say, I can shaitan me. There's a program now in radio. Sometimes, wallahi al-azim, I find it very difficult to sleep. Especially if I listen to it in the night. You hear so many things. Tabarruj al-Jahilliyya al-ula. A woman says, her husband permitted another man to come and be sleeping with her in a matrimonial home. Now, the children, she doesn't know who has who among the children. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And when the man was eventually invited, but they don't base on hearsay, they will go deep down to the roof. When they called the man, he said yes. What happened? At some point, he discovered that that man was befriending her and he needed money. Instead of just looking from afar, let him just allow that so that he can be getting money. Among the Muslim Ummah. Among the Muslim Ummah. I don't know if a brother is in the masjid here. Wallahi al-Azim. If he's around, he had told me to come and see something more than 3 times. I will say it because when I traveled some 2 weeks ago, I had the same story, the same way. And these 2 brothers, they had never met with the person that was calling me here. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. 2 weeks ago, we discussed about zina. It's like pure water. Tabarruj al-Jahilliyya al-ula. That's what the wind is blowing up and down. Somebody well respected, looking handsome, looking well spoken, gentle going, but atrocity prone, devil driven, an evil architect. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. But I said there's a particular hotel. Every weekend, people will come from Kano, from Kaduna, from Maraba, from Jos, from this and that. Young Muslim ladies. If you know any, or you know the route there, wallahi al-azim, as Prophet Sallallahu said, man ra'a minkum munkara falyughayyirhu bi yadihi wa man lam yastati' fa bi lisanihi wa man lam yastati' fa bi qalbihi wa dhalika adhafu al-iman. That is why I'm saying it out. So that on the day of Qiyamah, when you heard, what did you do? I've done little, but I insisted I will not go there. But for someone in Abuja to say, come and see something, for another person in Kaduna to say, come and see something, say if you go to that hotel, majorly during weekend, all rooms are fully booked. The car, you see one man or two men that are booking, young ladies, Muslims. They will go and marry, but having given birth to 1 child or 2 children, they will force themselves out. Karwan chip starts. Pro Max. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Don't make any mistake by being an architect of that. Some men push their wife to do that. A case was brought just yesterday evening. I was coming back from League of Imams meeting, and Imam reported this, that one housewife, a married woman, was caught doing zina, and he was asking me, what's the injunction of Allah? So before you rush to giving any fatwa, you do a lot. Number 1, arba shahadat. You have to have 4. Those who are adil, somebody who is not under any whatever jahiliyyah of either alcohol or intoxicant, you have 4, then you give down the root. What was the problem? Because some men fear Allah. Some men, they have their wives, but they will not come to their bed for 2 years, 1 year. Wallahi al-azim. 2 years, 2 years, 1 year, 3 years. Talak. You don't need to keep somebody. Whereas you are giving her food, you are giving her anything, but yet she's under you, but you are not satisfying her. You are not giving her the demand for which Allah put you there. لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا إِنْجِي Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. When there's mawadda and rahmah, you go together. Absence of mawadda and rahmah, Allah has to go. So women too, they are narcotic in their dealings, covetous. They know that the man is not doing. Instead of seeking khulu, because he's still rich, they collect his money, remain there, and go for services of young guys in Jahilliyya and this and that. These are revelations from women. Wallahi, Allah is my witness. Don't pretend. Some men are bloody pretenders. Bloody, super bloody pretenders. You have capacity for one wife. You go and marry 4. At the end of the day, you can't satisfy them. You send them to the market. Wallahi, Allah will ask on the day of Qiyamah. You have just capacity for 1. But because a friend here has done, a friend there has done, which hadith told you that? That's okay. Don't kara. Yakara. You get more promotion in the office again. Yakara. Another promotion. Yakara. Yakara agreement. Amma, he has not even improved 1 second. 1 kilogram in his duty on bed. It sounds somehow, but nothing but true. Wherever you belong, ku anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. Because before it is late. That was how people were living in Jahilliyya. A man who even brought another man to his house for his wife. Yes, I have a visitor for 3 days. We allowed the wife to stay with that man for 3 days, more than that. We saw in this country some years back, some villages, because of Jahilliyya. Now we have withered off that Jahilliyya. We are now going around with Quran, with Hadith, with civilization. There was a civilization that will make you another man in the masjid. If it's around, he told me what he saw. Some friends, they arrange their wives for themselves. For themselves. Some will take loans. Something used to hear of locating, even before Shagari, alhamdulillah, these are people who enjoyed even good life. My man will go and take loan. He said, oh, your wife will be servicing him until the loan is. That is rascality. That's the devil work. The person is an architect of evil, and then a mastermind of evil, somebody that will rub shoulder with Shaitan to Jahannam. May Allah forgive all our shortcomings. Wherever it pinches you, go and do something. Nobody knows you better than yourself except Allah. Nobody knows me better than myself but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then you don't need to be a pretender. A lot of all this rascality among the Ummah Prophet sallam. A lot of this, a lot of all this. What a lot. Time will not permit us in another time. But all you need is that khairul kalam ma qalla wa dalla. The best of all speeches, the best of all admonition is the one that is seasoned. Seasoned, very small but comprehensive, and then it's well assimilated by both the speaker and the receiver, so that imma hujjatun laka or hujjatun alayk. Because it's either of the two. Either is going to be witness for you on the day of Qiyamah and say wajazahum bima sabaru jannatan wa harira, or hujjah against you, and that will be, now we have said min bainahuma barzakhum Allahu akbar ila yawmi yub'athun. May Allah forgive all our shortcomings. بارك الله ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعني إياكم بما فيه من الآيات والذكر الحكيم. أقول ما تستمعون وما من الله إن خطأ من نفسي والشيطان واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب وخطيئة إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض إله الأولين والآخرين حي قيوم أبدي سرمدي أزلي أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له واحد لا من قلة ومعبود لا من علة، أول قديم بلا ابتداء وآخر قيوم بلا انتهاء، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله معلم الأنام بوحي المنان صلوات الله وسلامه عليه وعلى آله الأخيار وأصحابه الأبرار وكل من سار على نهجه إلى يوم تبلى فيه الأسرار. معاشر المسلمين، اتقوا الله حق تقواه وراقبوه في السر ونجواه، واعلموا دون شك أنكم إليه راجعون وعلى أعمالكم محاسبون، إن خيرا فخير وإن شرا فشر. وتيقنوا بأن أمواج الجاهلية المتجددة نعيشها اليوم. حذاري ثم حذاري أيها المؤمنون، حذاري ثم حذاري من السباحة في موج الجاهلية المتجددة، وابتعدوا كل الابتعاد عن دواعي الشيطان وعن عناصر الشيطان وعن وسائط الشيطان التي بها يجب الإنسان إلى طريق جهنم. حذاري ثم حذاري. وتذكروا ما قاله المصطفى الحبيب محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم: إنه من يعش منكم فسيرى اختلافا كثيرا، عليكم بسنتي وسنة الخلفاء الراشدين المهديين، عضوا عليها بالنواجذ، وإياكم ومحدثات الأمور، فإن كل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أعاذني الله وإياكم من النار. عباد الله، إن الله أمركم أمرا بدأ به بنفسه وثنى بملائكته وحملة عرشه وخلق بكم من إنسكم وجنكم وقال وذا من قائل: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما، اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وسلم. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر كيد أعداء الدين وانصر عبادك الموحدين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم جعل الأمن والأمان في نيجيريا واجعلها بلدا آمنا مطمئنا رخاء سخاء وسائر بلاد